Hey, it's a Humble Collector here, and today's video we're going to take a look at the 2-pound death card of Michael Petz. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So right off the bat, a bit of an odd note here. We have this completely blacked out Iron Cross stamp at the top. Normally when you see an Iron Cross on these death cards, it has the swastika in the middle, has 1939 on the bottom, sometimes 1940, but that's a bit of a different weird thing I've noticed from collecting these. So generally when you see a card that doesn't have swastikas on it, that's usually either a sign the family was not in support of the Nazi Party, or it's an early post-war reprint of the card. Because what will often happen is the family would reprint cards and give them out on the anniversary of the soldier's death. So you see a lot of cards, especially from later in the war, that have Christian crosses and are generally devoid of such imagery. So that might be what's happening here. But moving to the text itself, his love for his homeland was sealed with a heroic death. Michael Petz, a Gefreiter in a Gebirgsjager Regiment, butcher in Painton, and he was killed in action on April 23rd, 1942, during the difficult breakthrough attempts south of Lake Ilmeny at the age of 31. So, was actually able to find a casualty record for Michael. Go ahead and put that up on screen. He was born on February 1st, 1911, in Hanau, and was a member of the 12th Company, Gebirgsjager Regiment 206, part of the 7th Gebirgs Division. And I do actually have, if I zoom back out here, a book on the 7th Gebirgs Division, which is Schicksalsweg und Kampf der Bergschuh Division, by Roland Kaltenegger. And in it, I was actually able to find some information related to when Michael was killed, along with a fairly useful map. So I'll go ahead and put the map up on screen now. While the 7th Gebirgs Division was stationed in Lappland at the time of Michael's death, a group consisting of members of the 3rd Battalion of Gebirgsjager Regiment 206, the 1st Battalion of Gebirgsjager Regiment 218, and Gebirgs Artillery Regiment 82 were sent to the northern section of the Eastern Front as the Hoffmeister Group. Now, the Hoffmeister Group would end up being attached to a different group, Stossgruppe Seydlitz, which was under the command of Lieutenant General Walter von Seydlitz-Kurzbach, who was part of a force that was trying to break out the encircled 2nd Armee Korps at Demyansk. So what had happened, 2nd Armee Korps had gotten cut off, and there had been a pretty big effort to try to open up the pocket and rescue the 2nd Armee Korps, and that's kind of what the 206th ended up getting pulled into. So looking at the map here, as you can see referenced on his card, Lake Ilmen, of course, is listed up there at the top. His place of death on his casualty record is listed as Jaswy. However, you'll notice on the map that Jaswy is not actually there. I wasn't able to find it from an internet search either, might not exist anymore, but somewhere in this general vicinity is where Michael was killed. Now, interestingly, his date of death is April 23rd. April 22nd was actually the day that the siege would be broken and a connection would be made between the relief force and 2nd Armee Corps. Now, of course, just because they made contact didn't mean they were out of the woods yet. They had to widen that corridor, had to help the 2nd Armee Corps actually get out of that pocket, and of course the Soviets were trying to stop them from doing that. So Michael probably would have just received word that they managed to make contact with the 2nd Corps, and then the next day would be killed. His cause of death is listed as an artillery shot to the chest. Now, interestingly, in the book there's a copy of von Seydlitz's daily report from April 22nd that was sent out to all the units. And in it, he notes that his group had lost 3,054 men trying to save the 2nd Armee Corps. So they'd already taken heavy casualties up to the point of actually making contact. And of course, Michael dying the very next day shows there's still pretty heavy fighting going on. Pretty interesting overall. I do actually have another reference in my collection to a member of the 7th Gebirgs Division. In the Gustav Hoffmann Memorial Book, I have a reference to an Anton Feldsdorf, who was a Gefreiter in Company 9 of Gebirgsjager Regiment 218, and he was annihilated by artillery at Kiestingen, Finland on August 10th, 1943. Now, moving to the bottom of the card here. If love could do miracles and tears could awaken you, then foreign soil would not cover you in enemy territory. Our Father, Hail Mary. And then on the back of the card here, death of St. Joseph. St. Joseph, special patron of the dying, come to our aid at the hour of our death. Amen. My Jesus, mercy, indulgence of 300 days each time. So yeah, overall, pretty interesting card. Like I said, it's good that I had the book here to kind of go over a little bit more detail about what was going on around time of Michael's death, be able to have that map to show you guys. And luckily for me, the Gebirgs divisions tend to be pretty well documented, so I'm usually able to find a bit of extra information. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment down below. Love hearing from you. Thank you all for watching. Happy collecting, and I'll see you all again very soon.